Two major topics we are discussing in this slide. One is the security threats and what measures to be taken to protect these from the threats. But let's have a brief recall of what we have already discussed prior to this topic. We discussed that information security deals with how you can secure your personal and confidential information from the rest of the world. Information security is mainly concerned with the three aspects of data regardless of the form they take. One is the confidentiality, second is integrity, and third is availability. Generally, the term integrity, confidentiality, and availability are loosely construed to be synonyms with security now. However, they have a different meaning with respect to data or information, and our focus is data and information. To understand better, let us understand terms security and privacy. Security means data information security is the protection of data against accidental or intentional destructions, disclosures, or modification. Computer data security refers to the technological safeguards and managerial procedures which can be applied to computer hardware, software, and data to ensure that the organizational assets and individual privacy are protected. What is the organizational assets? Organizational asset could be the application software which you have developed or the policy matters which you have decided. So all these issues we put them into digital format. So they all becomes assets of the organizations now, and they all have to protect it. And what is a privacy? It is a concept applied to an individual. It is the right of an individual to decide what information he or she wishes to share with others or is willing to accept from others. Although privacy is unique to individuals, but it is a social need, and there is no security without privacy. For example, banking and financial companies secure system to communicate with their clients about their investment instead of sending information via personal email accounts. This type of data transmission is an example of a security. So don't send all information through email account. Sometimes you have seen about the investment you have made on information we give. The strong password is given to you so that no one else can crack this one. On the other hand, privacy provisions might limit access of clients' records to the staff member who are directly involved only. So it is not open to everyone, but it involved only to those people who are directly involved with this one. So what is security threats? Organizations must be ready to handle different types of attacks on the security of an organization. 4 types of threats for breaching the security of an organization: physical security threats, network security threats, software security threats, password security threats. We have just listed a few of them, but there could be many else. A physical threat, let's now define each one now. Physical threat is a potential cause of some kinds of incident that may result in loss of physical damage to the computer system. It is not a primary concern when it comes to information security because it deals with the technical and administrative issues. Most organizations focus on technology-oriented security countermeasures. Earlier, it was the case that people were concerned most on the physical security matter, but today the assets of any organizations is not only the physical but also some confidential information which company has wants to keep it for a long time. Physical security describes security measures that are designed to deny unauthorized access to facilities, equipments, and resources. The purpose is to protect personal and property from damage or any kind of harm. It might include a closed circuit television to monitor. So the threats, what measures can be taken. It might include a closed circuit television to monitor the intruder's entry and also to monitor to day-to-day functioning of the internal workers so that they might also not be able to tamper with the security of the systems. Installation of the security lighting and fencing. Another area of physical security is to manage the backup power in the event of a power failure. So all our measures are taken as a part of the physical security. Physical security threats may be classified into 4 major. So all the measures which we have listed, and there could be more such kinds of measures a company can think of. They can put them into 4 categories. One is called electrical threats, environmental threats, hardware threats, maintenance threats. Now what is electrical threats? They are come from insufficient voltage of different devices and hardware systems. Environmental Threats, this type of threats are due to natural disasters such as fires, flooding, storms, etc. Environmental threats can also occur from extreme temperature or humidity. Hardware threats deals with their physical hardware damage or its theft. Maintenance threats may arise from poor handling of electronic components such as poor cabling, poor devices cabling. Physical security is not a primary concern, so already this point have been taken up. Attackers use many ways to invade a network involving 5 main components: reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, covering tracks. Reconnaissance attacks are general knowledge gathering attacks. There are two types of reconnaissance attacks: passive attacks and active attacks. In a passive attack, the attacker intercepts the transmission information with the intention of reading and analyzing the information, but not for modifying it. Simply they track what kind of information is flowing. In active attacks, the attacker intercepts the connection and modifies the information. Some common examples of passive attacks include packet sniffing, port scanning, ping sweeps, and looking for information in DNS server of the organizations. The packet sniffing is the process of gathering, collecting some or all packets that pass through a computer network. A packet sniffer is a program that keeps records all packets that travel through a given network interface. It can be used to extract sensitive information such as social security number of users. Port scanning is a process of determining which parts on a network are active and receiving or sending data. It is also a process for sending client request packets to a specific ports on a host and analyzing responses to identify vulnerability. Ping sweeps is a method applied to identify if the hosts are active or live in the network using their IP addresses. The ping sweep method is used to ping many hosts at once. For example, if there is a network with a particular network ID. Ping sweeps and port scans, for example, are two methods of discovering if the system is there and what activities it is performing on the network, which ports IP address is listening to, what traffic it is listening to. The attackers may look for information in the DNS server to attack the organizations. This will provide a list of server that corresponding IP addresses. Network security threats, DNS. The DNS is the telephone directory of the internet. When user type domain names such as ignu.ac.in into any web browser, DNS finds the correct IP address for this one. Each device connected to the internet has a unique IP address. DNS servers eliminate the need for user to remember IP addresses of devices. Active attacks, also called hacking, include the modifications of transmitted data and attempts to gain unauthorized access to computer systems such as server. Types of active attacks include denial of service, distributed denial of service, session replay, masquerade, and message modifications. Denial of service attack is a cyber attack which is meant to shut down a machine or a network, making it inaccessible to the intended users. How it does is basically keeps on sending lots of traffic to this one. Buffer overflow attack, the most common DOS attack. The purpose is to send more traffic to a network address than the system can really handle it. A distributed denial of service attack occurs when multiple distributed systems flood with more traffic at a targeted system, usually one or more web servers. Use of multiple botnets flooding the targeted systems with traffic. In a session replay attack, an attacker steals a valid session ID of an authentic user and reuses the stolen session ID to impersonate and authorize users to perform illegal transactions, maybe financial activities. Web applications that allow reusing old session ID or session credential for authorizations are vulnerable to session replay attacks. So this is another kinds of attack in the network security related attack. In a masquerade attack, a fake network identity is used to have unauthorized access to the personal data. So they create a fake identity and able to access the data which is allowed only to authentic users. Without having fully protected authorization process, it can become extremely vulnerable to a masquerade attack. Software security threats. So the most sophisticated threat to information security is from the malicious software or malicious programs. These software programs carry harmful damage to organizations' data and software without the knowledge of users on the systems they execute on. Deliberately written by professional hackers, and their motive is to carry maximum damage to the organization's data. The most well-known of all types of malicious programs are viruses, and we have a complete lecture on these viruses, but we'll give you some ideas about viruses. Viruses is a program, a code, program code or software that has both the ability to replicate itself as well as attach itself to other programs. So they get attached. Let's say you can send virus through a email. Now the moment someone opens the email, they will get this one now. Virus exploit the details and vulnerability of a particular operating system or a particular hardware platform in order to carry out their work. Virus infected program can have a many phases. That could be dormant phase, that could be propagation phase, that could be active phases. In the dormant phase, the program just contains a copy of the virus code. The propagation phase starts when the program in the dormant state is executed. Virus code gains control of the program and uses this opportunity to propagate by copying itself into another program. And there is active phase. Active phase starts when an infected program starts get running. For example, if you send virus through email attachment, moment you start reading your email, downloaded your attachment, starts reading your own, the virus gets active. This may perform the unwanted and dangerous action that is capable of, and that could be very, very dangerous kind of viruses. Password attack is one of the most common cyber threats. Does not require any malicious code or software to run on the system. Attacker here use some different kinds of software or a specific software to try and crack your password. And once they crack your password, they can do everything with your system. So the term is authentication. Authentication is the process of determining whether a user is the one who or she says she is, based on the information such as user ID, password source, network address or called ID number from which he or she is connecting. Most servers of various kinds provide their own built-in authentications. This consists of user and a password file, password list stored locally. The built-in authentication system which comes with most of this system is usually the easiest option because it is installed with your server software and it requires no configuration. But the disadvantage of using the built-in authentications is that you are restricted to features provided by these systems. If the developer provided no way to force password to expire, for example, then someone would have to clear them manually at a regular interval. If the software accepts only simple text password authentication, one is left with a security hole that anyone on the network can exploit. So basically we have explained you that if what is a built-in mechanism for authentication, and if this is not very strong, then it can damage the systems. Anyone can breach the security loopholes. For example, if there is simple text or few digits, or this one is allowed to have a password, then it can one can find loopholes with your password security. What security measures to be taken now? One of the best and first step in ensuring data security is to create awareness and develop a culture within the organizations toward the way information can be lost or altered, and what could be the consequences of such an occurrence to the organizations and individuals. So let me just read so that some clarifications should be explained. One of the best and first step with all the threats which we have listed, and some of the major we have listed and explained to you. One of the best and first step in ensuring data security is to create awareness. This is very much important in any organization, so that they should develop a culture towards the way in which information can be lost altered, and what could be the consequences of such an occurrence. They should understand the importance of data, bringing different kind of software which will take the measure. Might be the secondary step. In the first step, we have to train our staff to understand the importance of security and what measures can be taken to handle the security. Now, steps to be taken. Information technology, first is the planning. Now, steps to be taken for security measures, the planning. We list them into different steps now. Information security planning. The organizations must decide on a policy for introduction of IT. This must be done at the highest level and should address issues such as the level of protections for various aspects of information relocating to the organization. Let me just read once again and explain some of the terms. Information technology planning is the first step to be taken in any organizations towards awareness of the employees related to security issues. The organization must decide on a policy for introduction of IT. Why introduction of IT policy must have decide what policies should be taken for introducing IT in the organization. This must be done at the highest level. Highest level people are involved in design, in planning aspects, and they should address issues such as level of protections for various aspects of information relating to the organizations. So nearly the policy matter is decided at the top level, and they should understand the importance of data. Selection of technology comes in the second, keeping in mind obsolescence due to the new innovations. So not that they introduce certain kind of technology and this change, it becomes obsolete within a year or two, and people are not used to the new technology. Identification of points of exposure of weak links to the device and means to plug them. They should identify what is the weak link of security loopholes and how to plug them. So all should be, a manual should be developed comprising of all these issues, and physical protection of machines and media. All these steps which are taken should be well documented in terms of physical protection of machine media, in terms of identifying exposure of weak links, in terms of identifying what kind of technology should be selected so that it should be continue for the organization for 5 or 6 years without making changes. And then of course policy issues, control and monitoring the access to data. Who is authorized to access the data? There has to be proper control and monitoring this one. An audit procedure would go a long way in ensuring adherence to a laid down guidelines. So the procedure should be done called audit procedure. They should be basically used to ensure whether the people are adhering to the guidelines prepared in a manual or not. 4 principles of ensuring security and recovery in case of breaches of security. Prevent. Best method is of course stopping all breaches of security before they occur. Detect. However, one may try to ensure it total security is almost impossible. The next principle therefore is that you must be able to detect breaches security whenever they occur within the shortest possible time. How to minimize the damage, that also has to be looked into. Aim here is to contain the damage when losses occurs, to reduce the adverse effect of such a damage. And finally the recovery, how there must be enough resilience in the system to recoup the losses, damage and become the functional. So all these issues must be part of a security measures. Audit has to be done properly so that all these rules are properly adhered to. Identify how to minimize the damage, adverse effect of such damage can be reduced. And then finally we try to bind up this session to highlighting main points. Let me conclude now. Any organizations must be ready to handle different types of attacks on the security of the organizations. 4 types of threats of breaching the security of organization: physical security threats, network security threats, software security threats and password security threats. Thank you very much.